EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Washington Commanders. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 44 after a pickup of only a yard.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Again, it's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Come on.
Cook up the gut. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Daniels looking to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Left side, Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On the double. Cup 19. Cup 19. Here we go. Here we go. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Go. Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Now he's free to midfield. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he stopped immediately there. A minimal gain as we're ticked down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Here's Daniels. He'll try to do it himself. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Mixing up the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Third and 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Oh, boy.
Stroud looking to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Still going. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now Daniels. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. That pass caught by McLaurin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go now.
To the air goes Daniels. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Cougar 19, 79, Dragon 60.
To throw is Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A short one here secured by the tight end, Waller. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
A gain of 17 yards.
Pass to 60, pass to 60, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't fourth and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
19 Tiger, 19 Cowboy, and Cup 19.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That one slants to McLaurin. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
7-yard pickup.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Come on. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Back to throw again. And he's caught downfield. It's Waller. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Go. Craft on lead. Trap 60. Warrior 70. Ready.
They'll run with Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. James Cook, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Stroud to throw it. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. Garrett Wilson, 38 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's second and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And a solid run down inside the 30. Play action, now it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
60 Bobcats, 60, 79 Broncos. Let go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Looking for the play, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And Stroud now to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here we go.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Tony.
Here's Stroud. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Gets past one man. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Hey. Cowboy 80. Go.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
18. What's up? Hey, Uno. Hey, south. Hey, Uno, no. Look the hot.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 at a Texans first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Speed left. 18. What's up? White Tony. 19 Texans. Bucky. 11. Hey, Uno.
Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now it's Mixon running right. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
18. What's up?
In motion right, that's Wilson.
Hey, south. Hey, Uno, more. Look the hot. White Tony.
From the gun on 3rd down. Stroud. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Will take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision.
A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down the 47-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
That's it. Under. Hey, Uno. South. Got to the right. Hey, Uno more.
Back to throw. Stroud. Caught by Wilson. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
White, Tony. 19 Texas. Bucky. Hey, Uno.
Fourth down. Stroud going to try to throw for it. He'll try to do it, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up 50 here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Hurry. Cougar Knight, Dragon 60. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
70 Lions. 60 Bobcats.
Option play. Here's Cook. 25. Touchdown, Washington. James Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to put a drive together.
Robbie. Oh.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Back to Mixon on first down. Pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 9. Stroud looking to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. Here we go. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Well, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A gain of 12. And the Texans first down.
Again, it's Mixon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Mixon. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Here's a run with Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, But, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Throwing now is Daniels. Gets this to Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Daniels going to keep it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Viking 8, 19 tight, 19 tight.
To the air goes Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
60 Bison, 6.
To throw is Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28.
That's good for a Washington 1st down.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Stephanie! Cougar 19.
Here's Daniels. Now he'll take this and run. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now Daniels. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here comes 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On the set.
Now 2nd and 4.
Mustang 19. Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
So this one in the win column for the Texans, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for Houston, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis,